Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Lucier here. We are in our weekly Tongren session, and what I would like to do is to introduce myself. My name is Joseph Lucier. I am a Tongren therapist, and I do our weekly session. This is a distance healing technique, and I will begin as we speak right now as I continue to collect the weekly requests right here. And let me get here. We have all of our requests. And let me make sure I have my actual tools here. Yep, 1 second, please. So this is the first request. Dear Joe, please send Chi for perfect blood, lymph, and a strong immune system. Blessings and gratitude. So for all of you out there, we're on Instagram, 3 places on social media, as well as my website. So let's begin. So far, there are, I think, 3 or 4 people that are interested in kind of a small group Tesla testing series. And if other people are interested, I think we have 4 people so far. And we'll probably do like a 4-part series of maybe a group of, say, 4 or 5 people focusing on Tesla biohealing, which we have right here. We actually have 2 units tonight. So that should be very beneficial, and let me know. Give me any feedback. So, blood flow to the brain command points. I teach this process. If anybody's interested, we have this Sunday our Masterclass. If you have any experience in Tongren already, you can jump in anyway. You don't necessarily have to finish our specific level 1 course, but if you have tapped a doll with a hammer, you have a basic understanding, because we do a review as well as a set of advanced techniques. So for perfect blood, T1, T3 for the lymph, and T7 also for the lymph. So Tongren also asks for work on the lymph, so T3 for the lymph by electricity, and T7 for the lymph and the spleen. And we'll do a complete lymph tune-up for everyone as well. All the lymph nodes and the lymph drainage points. Rebounding is one of the best options for lymph circulation. I recommend it. I do it every day myself. So let's continue down to other points for perfect blood. Blood is made in the bones, so we work on the bone marrow, GB39. Craniosacral fluid nourishes the blood. Craniosacral fluid, the crystal palace, down the spine to sacral 1 to 5 and tailbone 1 to 4. Hand grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Okay, next. Excuse me. Blood flow to the brain. So if people are interested to join the Tongren training class this weekend, let me know. Or look on the website on the AutoStarWellness.com/MBYOH for a Be Your Own Healer Masterclass. So let's work on blood flow to the brain. And we have a request for mental focus, emotional focus. So that's GB13 right side and left side both. Okay, and then the command points of the brain. And for TBI, for Deb, but let's continue. We will work on that on 3 blood supplies. And for Laura, calm mind and much abundance. GB13, much abundance, connecting to your true self through the heart of compassion, through the third eye, the pineal gland in many ways, but pretty much the crystal palace. Calm mind again for Laura, much abundance in Tong third eye. CV17, connecting to the heart of compassion and grounding. But we also want to focus on GB13 left side and right side for Tundrakile, and the lymph, which is also emotions, anger, T9 right side. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. So let's take a quick look, check in how everybody's doing. Passionate newbie, you're interested in the Tesla Biohealing group. Yep, we want to do a small focus group. We've got several people. If you would email me, and then we will add you to that group. So we'll continue with Deb, and we will continue and do some extra for emotions, GB13, right side and left side. But for TBI, traumatic brain injury, 3 blood supplies, sky window, carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital artery, and as we are working on the vertebral artery, the occipital artery, work on the headache area, GB20, which is the headache point, and C3, C4 for the teeth, receding gums, and let's put this down a little bit so people can see my hands, and on Instagram as well. command points to the brain for TBI, command points for the brain stem for the TBI, brachial plexus for the nerves of the arms, but really focus on lumbosacral plexus for the nerves to the ball and left foot and toes. Blood flow to the brain. TB13, right side, left side, confusion and memory loss. Thyroid management, definitely want to get some iodine. The best source of that is sea vegetables. And hearing loss, C3 for the ears, ouch point for the ears, vestibular cochlear cranial nerves for the ears as well, GB 7, 8, and 9. And for the recovering of the eye surgery, C3 and the ouch point for the eyes. Yep, keep us informed how that's going for the eye surgery. You said that you saw shadows before, which is great. You saw something. And let me know how you're feeling today. I don't usually do double, but I have a double Tesla canister pack with me today. Okay, so we also have for Kim thyroid issues that they can't seem to get under control for him. Definitely sea vegetables would be the option. For Kelly, the effects of chemo treatments. So let's work on detox, blood flow to the brain. In between chemo sessions, play is probably your best option. Command points to the brain, command points to the brain stem. And C6, C7, calcium balancing, thyroid. So let's focus on that again for everyone. C6, C7. So make sure you're really well hydrated, mineral-dense foods, and detoxing. So let's work on detoxing. T4 for the skin, for detoxing. T7 for the spleen, for detoxing. T9 for the liver, for detoxing. And L2 for the kidneys, for the detoxing. Vagus nerve, and the gut-brain axis, also good for the emotions, since a lot of happy hormones and neurotransmitters are created in the gut. And down to the guts. GB12, CV12. and grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Anybody on social media, Facebook, just want to check? Nobody's chimed in yet. I presume it's working okay. Okay, so let's work with gleeful person and then Rachel. Okay, maybe I did get you. What name? Who is gleeful person? I don't recognize that name. Sorry. So let's work for gleeful person as we speak. Blood flow to the brain and tonsils. Oh yeah, you're the person we met. I always know about the tonsils, I think. Blood flow to the brain. Let's work on the ouch point of the tonsil area. And let me just check. So I think I did email you, Lynn, and you've been added to the group already. It'll be like any other group. We'll ask a few questions. Then we'll do kind of a 4-part series to see how that goes. And just, a few questions each time. We will actually do at one point I'm thinking we'll do some Tongren without the biohealer, and then maybe with the biohealer to do an instant comparison to help me figure this out. But so far, looking really good. So let's continue. The tonsils, throat chakra area, C3, C4, cervical spine, C1 to C7. Shoulder release point, very powerful. Excuse me. That little cough that doesn't go away. Had it about 3 lifetimes so far. Shoulders, GB21. And the vagus nerve, GB12. Down the torso. And one more boost for the tonsil area. Superior, inferior thyroid arteries, tonsil area, C6, C5, 6, and 7. And for Rachel, tap for my shoulder. Okay. Excuse me, it's very dry here. So I will do that. GB21 for right shoulder. Rotator cuff. Blood flow to the brain. So clear breathing. So let's work with lung 1, lung 2. Additionally, breathing, GB17. Everything possible for the breathing. And T2, T3 for the bronchial areas and the lung areas. GB13 right side for the mind. And in Chinese, the word for mind and heart is the same. It's very interesting. So we will work on them both individually, CV17 for the heart and the mind, and the GB13 right side. So for anyone out there with cancer, the number one cancer remedy, and I've been learning more about this cancer remedy, which is from First Nations Ojibwe tribe in Canada. It is Essiac tea. It is good for type 2 diabetes as well as lupus, but its superpower is really for being anti-cancer for about 100 years. But it's an Ojibwe formula, First Nations formula, probably my number one medicine that I use for my practice for getting really important results for people. And grounding to liver 3, that's the Ojibwe tribe. Like all Native Americans, First Nations herbal remedies, they've been around for thousands of years. They can figure this stuff out. Blood flow to the brain. So passionate newbie. Metastatic liver cancer. I'm going to recommend something called fenbendazole, Essiac tea, pH adjust for alkalizing. So blood flow, nerve flow for the spine, and T9 for the liver. For widespread pain, maybe a little bit of magnesium oil in the area. And L3 for Tommy's prostate area. Energetically, still things going on. For breast cancers and prostate cancers, there's something called DIM, a long word that I can't pronounce at the moment. It is cruciferous vegetable concentrates, which are hormone balancing and aromatase managing. Aromatase enzyme managing, which is one of the chain of events dealing with prostate cancer and breast cancer. And L1 to L3, Alice's metastatic colon cancer, but the main area for the colon, the 11 to 12, L1, L2, so I hope Facebook is working, YouTube is working, and we have some more people. On Instagram. Whoop, you just got a big thumb on the screen there. Sorry about that. And fear and anxiety for everyone. Kidneys for fear. GB13, right side. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. For Brandon, hair growth. And people are asking about the tea. It's on my website. It's a blend, an 8-herb blend called Essiac, Essiac. There's only one, based on all my research and experience, that I trust, and it is even more advanced and researched by Harvard. Essiac, Essiac, as maintenance, as prevention, even for lupus or type 2 diabetes, but it's It's been used for cancer for decades, successfully. Yep, and Gleeful Person, just maybe remind me, I'm organizing the group. We'll probably start it in the new year. And very small group. We'll do it by Zoom. Set up a specific time, 4 weeks, to see how it goes. We're going to do actual with Tesla, without Tesla sessions. And we have some good people that really have good sensitivities to energy as well. So for great self, healthy heart, good circulation, and backache. And Alistair Crowley, welcome. And Joanna Kotowski, welcome as well. And don't forget, let me know if you're interested in the Tongren training, Saturday 1 to 5. Blood flow to the brain, and GV17 for good circulation and help with the backache. You could use castor oil or magnesium oil or both. Blood flow, nerve flow for the spine and the entire back. And T5 for the heart. And for hair growth, GV20, so hypothalamus and pituitary, growth hormone specifically, and T4 for hair follicles. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And as always, if people would put in, are you getting better, worse, the same? Usually we have great news for people. And let's work for Alistair. Eyes, cataracts and floaters, mouth, dental, bone, and gums. So cataracts, I always recommend the book, The Cataract Cure, and NAC eye drops, which are developed in, I think, Russia or Eastern Europe decades ago. But let's work on the ouch point of the eyes. And also for unique body, cellulitis, right eyelid, definitely castor oil. Get some castor oil, put it into an eyedropper container like this. Take a little drop, don't put it in your eye, put it on the eye outside. The cellulitis will, I feel pretty confident that it will be helped. The castor oil will basically increase circulation and lymph drainage to reduce. It's really good for the castor oil for fibroids, cysts, tumors, all of those things. So a couple of things for all cancer would be SEACT, a few things. Local castor oil packs, pH adjust, which is alkalizing, increasing more balance for carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body, but very alkalizing. Those things as a good start for all cancers. Blood flow to the brain. And again, the eyes for Alistair Crowley. Alistair. C3 for the eyes. C3, 4, and 5, mouth, dental, bone, and gums. Additional blood supply for the eyes scotty window. Also for cataracts for Joanna. There's a technique called flossing, spinal flossing, where you move your feet and it helps to move the spinal cord to loosen up and kind of liberate the internal part of the spine. They call it spinal flossing. I think your head goes up, your feet go down. Have to check online on that, but it's called spinal flossing. So stage 4 breast cancer, T4 for all breast cancers, stage 4, DIM supplement, radiation brain necrosis. Definitely get some activity with some of the Tesla techniques, either the EE system or in Woburn, Massachusetts, the Tesla bed to regenerate the brain. Vitamin B12 to help the nerves anywhere. And the lymphatics of the brain. The other thing is inhalations of frankincense for the brain, and that's a common technique for brain cancers. So, brachial plexus for the arms, lumbosacral plexus for the neuropathy in the feet. Headaches and tinnitus for Lua, GB789. Continue with the eyes for the cataracts for Joanna and Alistair. Anti-inflammation for everyone, Happy Mama and everyone, T1 to T8. There's a great supplement called Brain On, which is a nutrient-dense blue-green algae. I would highly recommend that for unique body and for the brain issues as well. I think we've talked about it before, Lua, but that would be another option for basically nourishing the brain itself, crossing the blood-brain barrier. And merci also pour vous. So you're already getting B12 injections, which is great. Inhaling boswellia. Okay, and what was the Tesla device from Woburn? If you look up teslabiohealing.com, there's actually a center in Woburn. I went there. I did a day pass, 8 hours. Immersion in kind of a mega dose or a large dose of the biophoton infusion or biophoton field. I would highly recommend it. One of the best techniques you could do would be the medbed overnight immersion. I would recommend that very much. So somebody ordered the wheatgrass concentrate from the Aussie Doc. I sell some on my website, but if it depends on where you are. There is an American company. I sell it, and there's also the Dr. Wheatgrass, the master, in Australia himself. And they sell it in the UK, I know, as well. And I see Augustina is here. So for Faris, welcome Faris. Blood flow to the brain. GV17 for walking and stability. And glaucoma, all of the above. Blood flow to the brain, and blood flow, nerve flow to the spine. But let's work on the ouch point for the eyes. Three blood flows to the brain, including for Augustina. Sky window, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery for the eyes. For sleep in tongue area. You're welcome very much, Ferris. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Lynn, yep. Blood flow to the brain, brain stem area for Augustina. She's doing well, which is great. And Joanna, mother-in-law spinal stenosis, we will include that as well. Vertebral artery, spinal artery, and don't forget the spinal flossing, Flossing, to move the stuck nerves in the spine. It can be done. Spinal flossing. Talk to your chiropractor. Always consult your doctor if you do any of that stuff, but this is pretty safe. Emotional well-being, GB13, right side. Brainstem tumor. That is the medulla, GB17 and C1, C2, and C3. And again, the 3 blood supplies. Sky window, vertebral artery and occipital artery, and again GV17. And the whole spine for spinal stenosis. Blood flow, nerve flow, GB13. I'm sorry, the tendon point. Vertebral artery, then blood flow down the entire spine. Yoga would be really good for liberating that spine tightness. So this is my email address. So if everybody sees this graphic on my website at the end, as it begins, count to 3, and you will see the light, which is biophotonic light from grass. That's what it is in many ways. 1, 2, for that like sign, right? 1, 2, on second number 2. And next we work with pondering travel and Kim, blood flow to the brain, chemical detox. I highly recommend clay baths. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem, sinus infections. Let's work on the sinuses, GB23, T1 to T8, T3 for the lungs, lung 1, lung 2 for the lungs as well, but T1 to T8 for infections. T7 blood flow, and then nerve flow to the right, to broken right foot, lumbosacral plexus. C3 for the sinuses, T3 for the lungs, T1 to T8 for anti-inflammation and anti-infection. Definitely recommend saline nasal sprays or neti pots for any sinus infections, ideally with a little bit of oregano. There's a company called Sino Oregano. It's a product. Saline oregano nasal wash, but also oregano is one of the best natural herbal antibiotics you can have. The remedy for the receding gums, I think it was Happy Teeth, but I'll look it up again. I use it. It's a gum paste, not a toothpaste, but more of a gum paste. And if you remind me, it's in the other room there. I think it's called Happy Teeth or Happy Gums or something like that. But I use it, and I use it just on the gums and the roof of the mouth. And then Fortunate Soul, pain relief. Yep, I'll get that gum remedy shortly, as soon as we finish. Fortunate Soul, pain relief, Esther. Worked on the Crystal Palace for pain. TV17 for pain. Blood flow, nerve flow for pain. T1 to T8 for pain. Balanced metabolism, C6, C7, thyroid, parathyroid, and the microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5. And the microbiome. Let's work on the nerves, try to reduce some pain. Brachial plexus for Esther. Lumbosacral plexus for Esther as well. And hello, Tim. We got to get caught up. We got to get your next Tongren session going ASAP. We can get to my reading later, but next priority is your Tongren session. So people asking if I sell castor oil. There are two companies. One is lulusnaturals.com and the other one is queenofthethrones.com. Either way, you can get it also in a store, but it should be organic, cold pressed, hexane free, and in a glass bottle, ideally tinted, and keep it in the fridge. And next we have Interesting Newbie. And welcome Patricia Rose Wagner and Tim Keys. Blood flow to the brain. Insomnia. So we could reconnect the link between the Intong third eye and the heart. CV17 for insomnia. GV17. For blood pressure, beet juice is really good for blood pressure, or beet fermented drinks like kvass, excellent for blood pressure as well. Blood flow, nerve flow, and then to the heart, of course, B5. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And Eric says, my wife continues to have more and more good days with her MS diagnosis. I've recently been looking at myelin protection herbs. I found some good ones. Maybe you're taking them already. And the Tongren diet and walking for exercise. Definitely long-term success. Lots of B12 for the nerve health. Alpha-lipoic acid for any neuropathy. And myelin sheath herbal remedies that I found recently. If you want to email me, I can send those to you as well. So, 3-part process, blood flow to the brain. Also, anytime with MS, focus also on Epstein-Barr virus. That could be the core cause. And there are some homeopathic remedies for that as well. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points. Command points of the brain stem. GV17, cardiac respiratory vasculatory center. Sensory cortex, motor cortex for MS. Sensory cortex, motor cortex for MD as well. Multiple muscular dystrophy. Yep, be very interested to learn, Eric, what you guys are doing. Medication free is always the way to go. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation, anti-inflammatory diet, Tongren, all good stuff. And for aortic stenosis, T7. And GV17. So anyone interested, I think one person here is actually going to the Masterclass on Saturday. If anyone else is interested, there is still time to sign up. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Yep, I'm glad you ordered the wheatgrass. So you got B12 injections, inhaling boswellia. Tesla device is, you look up there, there is a main site, teslabiohealing.com, which shows all the places all over the country. I've researched this product. I know it's real. I know it works. It does help very well. And I did do liver health, but I'll do it again. Good reminder. And let's work with Patricia Rose Wagner and Tim Keys as well. And for skin cancer, there's also a Native American source. I use 2 feathers in Nevada. I can send you that information. I've used it for skin cancer, even with my 95-year-old mom. Works great. It's Black Salve, a First Nations tradition as well. You contact him directly, order it from him directly. It is especially suited for skin cancer. You take it internally, externally. It's just a very advanced Black Salve formula from the source, from a First Nations person. And we're talking about the flu. Yep, I got it. Me and 300 million other people got it. T1 to T8 for the immune system. T7 again for the aortic stenosis. GV17 for the circulation aortic stenosis. Sensory cortex, motor cortex, muscular dystrophy. Sending biophotonic energy to help correct that DNA. Skin cancer, T4, but the face, the ouch point, let me know the exact place, we can tap on that. Blood flow, facial artery. T1 to T8 and T9 right side for the liver, pondering traveler. Make sure we get that liver, T9 right side for the liver. T7, blood flow, nerve flow, T7, blood flow, T9 right side, liver, nerve flow. Thank you, pondering traveler. And for Samuel, chronic diarrhea, healthy immune system as well for Patricia Rose Wagner. And we'll do a general tune-up for everyone. Blood flow to the brain. Sit, relax, breathe in through your mouth. Your nose. So I think for the 4-part process, maybe 1 week, no biohealing. First week, 1 biohealer. Second week, 2 biohealers. And third week, 3. Yep, I have that flu. I had that flu. Chronic diarrhea, so let's work on the microbiome. Lots and lots of fermented foods for Samuel. Lots of high fiber foods. Yep. T1 to T8. So let's do a lymph tune-up for everyone. This is comprehensive systemic total lymph tune-up. Not quite, but almost as good as doing rebounding. Lymph drainage down to the sky window from the brain. Axillary lymph. Inguinal lymph. And the lymphatic duct up to the subclavian artery. And especially the Peyer's patches. And one more systemic thing for everyone. Again, the cranial sacral fluid. From the crystal palace, the pineal gland, pineal gland, thalamus, hypothalamus, and pituitary. Down the spine through T1 to the tailbone, 1 to 4 for everyone. So I think that's what I'll do for the Tesla 4-part series. Maybe charge a small fee just to cover the costs and the setups and all the computer stuff. We'll do it as a group, so we'll charge a very small amount. And grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. Chi for everyone. Got some bio. Can you see it? There are 2 canisters here for everybody today. Usually I only have 1 in because it might be a bit much for people. Using Qigong, charge the lower dantian CV4 just below the belly button. So you can breathe in and out of that area. All right, thank you everyone for joining. Appreciate it very much. See you soon. Hopefully you can join me at the Masterclass on Sunday. Extra tapping for healthy kidneys, healthy thyroid, as well for Patricia Rose Wagner and the cough and flu. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Good to see everyone, and I will see you next week. Be kind to one another. The world is complicated, challenging these days. Focus on the light instead of the dark. Fill the world with light, and the dark will eventually go away. As they say, in a dark room, you turn on the light. There is no more dark. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the day.